welcome back to Coffee Infused Crypto. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Today we're gonna go over some news, articles, and some chart action as well in a flash market update. If you like the content, please do subscribe, hit the like button. This helps a lot in spreading awareness. Yesterday's video was entitled "It is all over," and many people did message me asking what's wrong in crypto. But guys, this is exactly what I meant by yesterday's title. Look at this. We're gonna start by the news. Reuters today, and I've highlighted the important part. So the US authorities have ridden to the rescue of the financial system, generating the biggest rally in short-term bonds in decades. Amid talk, the Federal Reserve might not hike rates at all next week, given the stakes at play. Guys, pushing the rate that high, that fast, and being extra hawkish has started in a cascading domino effect over the banks, and the US don't want that. They want to avoid that. And some are calling for a hidden easing being in process by the government jumping in to bail out the bank, as we're gonna see with the next news. So we have the USDC reserve is accessible today. A tweet from Jeremy, CEO of Circle, have disclosed that the company was heartened by the US Federal Reserve's efforts to address risks posed by the fractional banking system. And now we're having Jeremy pushing. Let's continue. On Sunday night, the US regulators announced emergency measures to contain the contagion caused by the failure of Santa Clara, California-based SVB, and a guarantee to protect all depositors. So how will they do that? Is by printing money in order to cover the losses. This means that the Circle will not suffer a loss of funds as a result of a bailout. The depositors will be returned to their original state. The US government's emergency procedures were also extended to other financial institutions, including the defunct Signature Bank. Stablecoin money would be stored with, so this is what CEO Jeremy is trying to push. Stablecoin money to be stored with cash at the US Central Bank and short-term Treasury bill. If you want to know more about it, it's a big thread. Go to his Twitter account and read it up. This is very important. They're trying to push, good crypto bills in Congress, so that they would have a fair chance in the ecosystem. On the other hand, we have the CZ, Binance CEO, announces recovery funds conversion from BUSD to native crypto. So remember, CZ had this amount of what was it, $1 billion. So amid the concern mounting around stable coins, Binance co-founder and CEO CZ tweeted on March 13 that with the changes in stable coins and banks, the exchange will be converting the remaining 1 billion funds, and this was the SAFU fund, it's the Industry Recovery Initiative, to native crypto. And he mentioned that they're gonna be buying BTC, BNB, and Ethereum. I'm very good with BTC. I'm very good with all three actually, but I'm very curious to know the ratios, because you as Binance and buying your own token or your own coin, I'd rather you go heavy on BTC rather than buying your own coin, right? So anyways, but this is as well very good and very bullish news. And next, I want you to focus here. Two news that are very important, and I am personally waiting. So write those down. Grayscale has 70% chance of winning against the SEC analysts. So if you don't know, Grayscale has filed a complaint and they're in court fighting SEC. Okay, this is one court reading or hearing. I'm anxious to see the results. So they're fighting. This is the beef between SEC and Grayscale. So the SEC conduct may violate U.S. federal law. Grayscale argued that there was an inconsistency in the standards that the SEC was applying because they approved the applications for a Bitcoin futures ETF, but have constantly rejected applications for spot Bitcoin ETF. Guys, spot Bitcoin ETF has been like, this is a very huge catalyst in the US. So it happened in Canada, it happened in Australia, it happened in Brazil, I suppose, as well. But it has always been rejected by the SEC in the US. So to understand more what is a spot Bitcoin ETF, and what does it differ from a futures, because they accepted futures ETF. So there you go. This is an ETF, or an exchange traded funds, are exactly as the name implies, funds that trade on exchanges, generally tracking a specific index. When you invest in an ETF, you get a bundle of assets you can buy and sell during market hours, potentially lowering your risk and exposure while helping to diversify your portfolio. So this is an ETF. And difference between an ETF and a futures ETF: a Bitcoin futures ETF is an exchange traded fund that tracks the performance of Bitcoin futures contracts, which are derivative investment securities that allow investors to speculate on the future price of Bitcoin. So the SEC has always been accepting the futures. They accepted the futures Bitcoin ETF, like, yeah, go gamble against the price, bet on the price, but never a spot ETF, because a spot ETF, if you buy in a spot ETF, it means that you're buying the actual underlying asset of this ETF, which is Bitcoin. So you have direct exposure to Bitcoin. So this is the whole beef. If Grayscale wins this lawsuit, then we have a spot BTF. The news alone will ignite the market even further and will cause a very massive surge in Bitcoin. So this is very important alongside with the other beef. Let's continue. Speaking on SEC's other high-profile legal battle in the crypto space, their verdict will be instrumental in shaping the regulatory policy of crypto in the United States. Some of the cases includes SEC versus Ripple, which revolves around XRP's alleged status as a security, and the SEC lawsuit against former Coinbase manager Ishan Wahi, where the regulator labeled 9 of the tokens involved in the case as security. So the SEC versus Ripple battle is very important because it will define and give clarity on what is a security and what is a commodity. What is a security and what is a commodity? So because based on this court decision by the judge, which is in a couple of months, now the investors will have clarity, and people would take that decision, the ruling, as a background or as a reference to base on and forth. So this is very important, SEC versus Ripple, and now the Bitcoin ETF. Those two, keep an eye. So in amid of such good news, and as we said yesterday, yeah, it is over for tightening, for the time being at least. And it reflects on the stable coins, mainly all of them, but USDC being stable again. And let's jump to the charts and go and check. So it reflects in the charts as well. I was going to discuss the lower time frame for Bitcoin and how we jumped into this parallel descending parallel channel and how bullish was it. But yeah, I was too late while preparing this video. Look at this candle, and this is like in the past hour. Yeah, see, this is the last hour. So I'm preparing this video, and Bitcoin, yeah, didn't wait for me. And here we are. So we're gonna skip the short term, and we're gonna just discuss this macro view. We're back into this parallel channel. Again, we dipped below this orange box here, this accumulation, okay, and then game came back into this parallel channel, and this was the first orange box, this was our second orange box. And to know the levels from here, by the way, we're gonna jump into the weekly for something very interesting, but again, to know the levels from here, we just take the Fibonacci and take it from local high to local low, and those were the levels I have an eye, or I'm having an eye on. So 0.382 penetrated, 0.5, which we had an accumulation here, pierced as well, golden pocket, which we had a huge accumulation here, pierced just now. This trending line from the lower lows to here, and then pierced again. This is a spike. This is a very moment, like a candle. Like this has already gone up on the RSI from let's say we were at around 40, and now we're at 54 in a matter of just a couple of hours. So this is the level that we're looking for. Like this is our second to last resistance, this level, and then back to 25,205, the top of the Fibonacci, and that will align by, again guys, perfect rebound off of our, yeah, you know that by now, this white line, this support. So we rebounded off this support, and if you want to look at our weekly moving averages, and I'm gonna end with this on this note, so we can check here. We have again, we have the 20, 50, 100, and 200 simple weekly moving averages. And if you see, perfect bounce of the 20 simple moving average, like to the dollar. And again, remember our 50 and 200, those two which were giving us headaches. Now we don't need this one. This is the 100, and it's still far, and it's at 34,000. But remember when this 50 week moving average gave us a headache where we got rejected off the 200 here, came back down below the 50, never closed a candle above the 50. And now we just pierced this one and flying up to the 200, which is at 25,200 and around $50 to $80 at the moment. So it's a very important week, very important day as well, because we want to close the day above this level. So we want to close the day above, let's say now, above this level, which is at $23,200. So it's very important for me to close the day above the 23,200. Again, if you want to retest the 200 now, I'll be more than happy. So, and this would be it, guys. Those are the levels that I'm looking for. This video I will link back up here when we did our analysis, when we did all of this here. So you want to know where we're heading next. Again, we're still up above 50. Go watch that one. You'll understand more. So this level, 28,230, after we break the 200 here, this is our first obstacle, 25,000, around 200. Then we start looking for 28,230 again, and the second move is 36,000, around $36,000. So accumulation here, right? So this is our accumulation here around this level, and this is after the 200-week moving average is a level that I'd be looking for between this accumulation and this level. So the 0.236, which is an important Fibonacci level. So we're gonna wait and see. And again, we have this wick from this. This is on the weekly, so this wick is substantial as well, and this is at 25,000. Yeah, this is the 25,500. So let's say the top of this, so let's say top of this, which we would pierce this wick as well. So again, yeah, 200 week moving average, this one would guarantee us the wick from here, break the top from here, and then we test this level. Again, the dollar, based on the hidden easing that's happening, look at it, collapsing, going back into our broadening wedge, which we broke and created this channel. We broke this parallel channel, broke the broadening wedge, and going back, retesting our lower support here at the white line. And of course, no wonder we wicked on the traditional market, and the traditional market is kind of look this wick. Middle of the wick indecisive. If we continue up, pushed back up on the daily, closed with a green hammer candle, that would be very bullish. So we're just gonna wait and see. That's everything for today, guys. Stay safe, stay crypto, stay bullish, and see you tomorrow.